by Golden Sea-Band Shibani Mashava Mines. SMM Holdings will resume asbestos production at Mashava Mine by end of March this year after securing the initial funding required to restart operations. Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe chairperson Mrs. Rita Like-Ukuma said efforts are underway to help the asbestos fiber producer get access to required foreign currency for key mining equipment. This comes as government last year said the mothballed mine would resume production given strong demand for its high-grade asbestos and the ease of restarting it. Mashava is located in southern Zimbabwe, 40 kilometers from Masvingo town. It is believed that Mashava mine sits on $1 billion worth of reserves. Estimates indicate that revival of the closed mines could earn Zimbabwe up to $180 million in export revenue annually, given strong prices of asbestos on global markets. Mrs. Like-Ukuma told Ternal workers last week that significant ground has been covered in making sure that Mashava resumes production early this year. SMM, which also operates Shibani Mine in Zavisha Vein, shut down mining operations in 2004 after the government annexed assets from proprietor Muchumwamawe through a reconstruction order, amid allegations that the mining company was state-indebted and insolvent. The RBZ board chair, Mrs. Like-Ukuma, who is also Ternal chairperson, said resumption of Mashava is critical as Ternal will stop importing asbestos fiber. By beginning of March this year, they must have restarted operations. During the festive holidays, they did not stop working on the plant to resume operations. The mine sold its properties to raise funding required to restart operations. They sold the mine houses to Great Zimbabwe University, she said. That is how they mobilized funding to resume operations, but prior to that they had been completely closed and not even a single person was working there. Mines and Mining Development Minister Winston Chitando told Parliament last week that a dewatering process of flooded shafts was being carried out at Shibani and Mashava Mine. He said a total of 50 workers had been engaged to process dumps at the two mines. The minister said the number was expected to rise to 300. Recently, the management completed a report detailing financial and technical requirements for revival of Mashava Mine. A preliminary report by the management showed that at least $20 million is needed to restart the two mines. When Mashava starts operating, management will then start work to reopen Shibani Mine. Mashava Mine has capacity to produce 75,000 tons after reopening. Official records also show that the mine has deposits to last at least 17 years. Zimbabwe has for long been fighting attempts by some developed countries to ban trade in asbestos over claims of health risks. The government of Zimbabwe, however, insists that if used in a manner that controls inhalation of the fibers, white chrysotile is not only safe to use but one of the country's most strategic minerals in terms of its ability to bring export revenue and centrality in the provision of water, sanitation infrastructure as well as low-cost housing. At present, Ternal and other Zimbabwe asbestos material producers which used to take up 5 to 10% of the fiber from SMM, import fiber from Brazil and Russia. In 2013 alone, Ternal spent as much as $21 million in imports which could have been used to create and save jobs on the local market. Zimbabwe Stock Exchange listed Ternal has since stopped production of asbestos roofing sheets at its Harare plant, resulting in loss of jobs. Only the company's Bulawayo plant is still producing the sheets. With respect to labor, Zimbabwe's asbestos mines employed well over 3,000 people who took care of about 25,000 direct dependents. The Sunday Mail